So yes, it's disturbing.
Had this mission to educate and foster an appreciation for the sacrifices made in the Civil War. He was also on the town's planning and zoning committee, so clearly somebody who was
That's the
well known
same room Lacey
and
was
somebody who liked
in.
to be involved on a local community level. And that
Hold up.
means that he was the
Lacey Fletcher is a 36-year-old woman who they say fused into the couch. It's just by her parents. And her parents are in that same room as Lacey. Might be a little parts to this, but yeah.
individual that was quite trusted. I would imagine that people looked to him and in his direction as an individual that they could confidently rely on because he's engaged in these areas. Sheila, well, she was a police and
This
council
tab is on my
clerk in
stomach,
a
that's
small
why it's
nearby
going
city of
up,
Baker.
down, up
She
and
later
forward,
actually got a job as an assistant
down
district
and
prosecutor
up
in
and down.
Zachary, another nearby town. She was also a town alderman, which meant that she was a member of the municipal council. So again, we're talking about people who would be considered upstanding citizens. You know, the kind of individuals that you could rely on. The kind of individuals who you all want for neighbours because they're the individuals that you know you can count on ideally in a crisis or for information or that you can confidently assert are going to be decent human beings who probably keep a nice warm. The family also regularly attended a nearby Baptist church, so they're people of God, we can say. A close friend called Jess Easley, this is somebody who actually knew the Fletchers for 25 years, she said, Clay and Sheila were like your model sisters. And from what I just described, absolutely, they come across as if they are. But then again, BTK was somebody whose local church thought a lot about him, and he was a serial killer. So, what you think you know about someone doesn't actually mean you know them all. We can be super nice people 95% of the time, and we can be heinous human beings 5% of the time. If you're lucky enough to be with that human being that 5% of the time, well, your experience of them is going to be very different to the experience that others have around them. When it came down to Lacey's childhood, she attended Brownsville Baptist Academy in Louisiana. That's a small private school. She was actually a member of the school volleyball team. So just allow me some thinking when I'm talking about her because we need to have this picture of who she was so that we have a comparison with who she becomes and why she becomes that. So a member of the school volleyball team, just think about team sports. You have to be able to be good at what you do. You have to be coordinated to a degree. You have to be able to work as a member of a team. You have to get on with your teammates. There's a whole host of things that are required skill-wise to fit into a team. Lacey had lots of friends, and this wasn't just in school. She had friends in school, and she had friends outside of school. Robert Blake is a neighbour of the Fletcher family. They even had sons around Lacey's age, and he said she was one of those kids that appeared to be really happy. She liked fun things. She liked playing. So we're looking back at young childhood, early childhood, pre-11. She is thriving. There is nothing completely different about her compared to her peers. There are no notable differences that people are really picking up on. She just fits in. She's just living her life. She's thriving. She's happy. Now, a friend from her school, she said that one of the things that really stood out about Lacey is the way that she treated newcomers to the school. Now, everybody can remember a moment where a child has been brought to a new school. You might be in the third year, being in the place where you're actually being educated, and then all of a sudden, a bright new young person introduces you into
Oh,
a class.
I
And
sneezed.
they usually make a point of getting something to show that person around like they're running. But within like 5 minutes, that person like stops and goes, hey, there's so much to find out about that individual. It can be really isolating for children who start new schools. It can be really abandoning. And it can be really hostile on a whole heap of emotional and psychological levels. But Lacey must have understood that because when newcomers came to the school, she went out of her way to make people feel at ease. That speaks of a very compassionate and also a very empathetic mindset. Somebody who sees the challenges a new student would experience and wants to create an opportunity to form a bridge between that person arriving and that person starting to feel at ease in the setting. That same person said, I remember Lacey as a sweet, kind person. She was one of the first people that I was friends with when I started at the school, and she was already there. So an example of somebody
It might be a couple parts.
Before this, and Lacey had apparently a below average IQ and also been registered as being autistic. So essentially, that was the story that was told, that she was struggling academically and also was on the spectrum. Dr. Hope actually ended up seeing Lacey for 12 sessions. That was between 2000 and 2002. 12 sessions is not a lot, is it? We're talking about once every couple of months. So the idea that you're going to have any real relationship with somebody that you have such intermittent experience with is unlikely. But it does show that at that moment in time, there must have been something going on in the home and the relationship with her parents and her education for her parents to feel that it's important for them to take her to a psychologist and to ideally figure out what's going on. Also, let's be clear, people with lower IQs often just don't fit the way that quotient test. There are so many people out there who are unbelievably bright, but if you give them an IQ test, they'll come out with a low IQ. It's just because they only measure a certain element of our intelligence, and everybody knows that intelligence is absolutely far-reaching. So you can't consequently say this person is clever, this person is less clever. It just means that the areas that people measure, some people excel and some people fail at. Now that time in 2002, when she saw Dr. Hope, was the last time Lacey ever saw a doctor, a medical professional.
It's
So this
2010.
is where her, I suppose, connection with any wider services ends. Robert Blaze, who was one of the neighbours and obviously had kids himself, so was used to her being around when the kids were little, he said there seemed to be a change in her. From hanging out with a lot of kids, she hardly ever had any friends that went over to see her. She was definitely different from other kids her age. I knew she wasn't your typical teenager. She was smart, but she wasn't mature. She still liked children things, but not teenage things. When she was 17, she was more into Disney movies and country music. So automatically, we can see there was a transition in her teenage years. Now this is not uncommon if you are an individual who, shall we say, is on the spectrum. Your interests may not follow the absolute typical path, not that anyone's ever normal, of a teenager going through a more neurotypical experience. But equally, there are so many young people who are less mature when it comes down to wanting the more grown up things in life. There's nothing wrong with a 17-year-old still loving Disney movies. The truth is, lots of people feel that way. If you go to Disneyland, you will literally see 55-year-old men and women wearing Mickey Mouse ears with all the badges they've collected, and they're there for the like 25th time because they like to connect with the joy of being a child and they still have that child within them. So even though she's not into all the, shall we say, grown up stuff that teens get into, there's nothing massively unusual about her. Her interests lie elsewhere, but one of the things that is notable is she's becoming more isolated. And when we think about isolation, one of the things that separates us from our peers is common interests. So she probably was ultimately feeling marginalized. She isn't wanting to go out as much as her friends. She doesn't have that mindset at that moment where she's thinking potentially about relationships. She likes what she has in her own world, which is the Disney movies, her country music, and keeping her world small. But like I said, that's not uncommon, but it would certainly make her feel more isolated. And of course, we can also suggest that there could be some mental health issues creeping in there. She may have been suffering from anxiety, she might have had a lower mood. Again, that's contextual when you are growing up. Even if you're on the spectrum or you have additional issues on top of just being that age group, it can mean that your actions and behaviours shift dramatically from when you are a child. It's as simple as that, but we know what it's like to be a teenager. When Lacey was in her ninth grade, one of the things that I think dramatically changes her life is that Clay and Sheila pull her out of school and they decide to start homeschooling her instead. Now, I am a huge advocate of homeschooling. Before I go into this, I don't want anybody watching this to feel offended that I'm talking about homeschooling in a negative way. I don't have negative views on the whole towards home education. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think lots of times children thrive in those experiences as long as they've got lots of social interaction elsewhere with kids. And I actually think that many parents feel that they want to educate their children differently to how the system educates their kids. So I'm on board. But it can also create a marked change for a child who is used to being socialized, who is used to having friends, who is used to being educated in a particular way, to then be taken to home and where parents may not, shall we say, co-ed is going to be very hard. And let's add to that this is at a point in time where she's going through some changes and transitions. She's obviously seen a psychologist. She's got some extra needs, shall we say, because of diagnosis. And on top of that, she's withdrawing a little bit. That could mean that on a personality level, she's becoming more resistant to engagement. And if you're trying to engage a child in home education, you're going to have the resources and the capability to manage that kind of scenario so the child doesn't fully resist what you're trying to engage with them over. And that's the best case scenario there. What if you remove your child from school because you don't like the fact that they're not doing that well? Because let's be honest, parents struggle when the child isn't thriving and succeeding. And the parents that we're talking about in this case, they're individuals who've done okay. They're upstanding members of the community. They're the people that friends say you couldn't get better neighbours, you couldn't get better people, totally reliant. So suddenly having a child who is not typical is beautiful and brilliant in their own way, but it's not typical. It's not excelling. Has some additional needs. Maybe one of the reasons for removing her from school is because they don't like the fact that she's not making the grades. Even if it's not something they're absolutely 100% conscious of, it could be within them that sensible needs are highly consistent. And they don't like it, of course, if you get your child out of school, you have to worry about that anymore. Should you have